Hey there, Jon Chorba here from ReallyEasyGuitarLessons.com, and in this video lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play the easiest blues riff ever. So I have taught this lesson countless times to beginner blues enthusiasts. So if you find yourself on the newer side of guitar playing, you just bought a guitar recently, or maybe you have some experience, but you're frustrated with a little more complex stuff, this is a very, very easy blues riff to do. I feel like anyone can do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate it, and then I will break it down for you so that you know how to do it. Let's jump in and get started. All right, here is what the end result is going to sound like. All right, so here is how you get to there. It's all based off this one little idea of doing shuffled eighth notes where you alternate one of the notes of your chord. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with this whole thing is in the key of A. So I'm starting on an A power chord, which is the open A string and the second fret of the D string. Okay, so that's my A power chord. And I'm gonna alter that second fret of the D string by using my ring finger. I'm gonna bring my ring finger down onto the fourth fret of the D string. And I'm just going to simply alternate between playing open and 2, open A and 2 of the D, and open A and 4 of the D. So if you're on the brand new side of things, I think that's probably the best place to start is just play open A, 2 of the A, and then put your ring finger down and play open A, 4 of the D. And just alternate between those two things. If you could do that, then you can move it up to the next level. And the next level is now doing it the right amount of times with the right rhythm. So when I demonstrated, I did something called muting, some string muting, which I'm not going to show you just yet. We'll get to it. So to add in the correct rhythm and the amount of times you're playing these notes, all right, we're going to play each one of them twice. But you hear that it's not even. I'm not going. Okay, they're not straight eighth notes. They're called shuffle eighth notes. It has this 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and da 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 da. So with your right hand, if you want to just do this with your right hand, mute the strings and go ba 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's what your right hand is doing. Da 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 ba 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 ba. So if you got that figured out, you're doing it on the second fret twice and then the fourth fret twice with that correct rhythm. 2 2 4 4 2 2 4 4 2 2 4 4 2 2 4 4. Okay, so you have to get to this level first before you go any further. Be able to play that little riff with that correct rhythm. And the next level of doing that would be adding some muting in between some of these strums. So this is gonna be the hardest part about this whole thing, but it's super beneficial to do because being able to accurately mute and mitigate string noise as you play is one of the most important things that you could do as a guitar player, especially if you play electric guitar, because string noise will be a huge problem. In order to kind of tighten up and polish up your sound, you want to be able to kill the sound of things at any given moment and have it, not have things be ringing together all the time. So the idea behind muting, I just explained the process of it. What I'm doing is if I play the open A and that second fret D, and then notice how I bring my fingers down onto the strings right after I play it. I'm not pressing into anything. Right? If I pressed in, it would sound like that. All I'm doing is bringing my fingers down and letting them very lightly touch the strings to stop them from vibrating. Now you could also achieve this with your picking hand, either with your pick, right? You could just let your pick touch the strings, right? But what happens sometimes with that is that one, you can only really hit one string with your pick. Okay, and so if you need to mute multiple strings, your pick might not work, but you can use this karate chop part of your hand. Right, if I just hit the strings and then rest my hand on the strings, it dampens them and it mutes it. So when I do this, I kind of do a combination of both. I'm using a little bit of my right hand and a little bit of my left hand. All right, so you want to be able to try to do that. Be able to play the chord and then immediately kill the sound after you do it. All right, so if you plug that into your riff now, I'm going to play the chord, then I'm going to kill it. And then I'm going to play the chord, play the next chord, and then kill it. And then you just start repeating that. Da, 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 da. So when I'm killing it on the open A, I'm using these fingers. And when I kill it on the 4, I'm using more of my right hand. Tricky to do, but really work on that, because that is a big difference between sounding very beginner and amateurish to sounding a little more polished, being able to mute the sounds of the notes when you want to mute them. All right, and to play the whole thing, right, you're just going to take the riff, right, and if you consider one time of the riff being that, twice on 2, twice on 4, twice on 2, twice on 4. That whole little thing, if you consider that to be one cycle of the riff, you're going to do it 1, 2, 3, 4 times with the open A and on the D string. Okay, after 4 times, all you're going to do is move your index finger and your ring finger down to the G string and do the exact same thing on the open D and now the G string of 2 and 4. Everything is the same. You're just doing it on different strings. Okay, and this time you're going to do it just twice on the D, okay? So you do it 4 times on A, and you do it twice on D, and then you're going to go back to A and do it 2 times. After you do it twice on A, you are now going to go up a string to use the open E string and the 2nd fret of the A string. Same idea, just do it 1 time here on the E. And then jump back to your D. Okay, and then you're going to go jump back to your A. And then go back to E. And then on this last E, we're going to do a little fill. So on the E, the last E, we're going to cut the pattern short. We're going to go 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, and then open E. Pick 3 of the E with your middle finger, and then hammer on to 4 with your ring finger. So to do that, I'm picking 3, but my ring finger sounds the note on 4, like that. And then I take my index finger and jump it to the 3rd fret, sorry, the 2nd fret of the D string. And that's the sound you want. Ba-da-da-da. Okay, to recap the whole thing, you're going to do A 4 times. Again, one time being da 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 da. That's one time. You do it 4 times there. This is 2, 3, 4. Change to D and do it twice. 2. You go back to A and you do it twice. Then you go to E and you do it once. Then you go to back to D and you do it once. Back to A and you do it once. E half a time. And then the fill. All right, so just take that blues riff step by step. First, be able to just move your 2 fingers between the 2nd fret and the 4th fret. Start it on just the A string. 2, get the rhythm right. 3, add in the muting. And then 4, try to do it across the A chord, the D chord, the E chord. And if you can put it all together, you got yourself a 12-bar blues riff in the key of A. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.